My name is Deborah Allen. I'm a complex discharge case manager based at the Royal Lancaster Infirmary. I get up, sort my kids out, come to work. We do have half an hour quiet time in the morning where we do our catching up with what's happened overnight on the wards with our patients we're involved with. We then have a team huddle where we go through the list of patients that we're involved with, update everyone where we're up to and sort a plan for the day for everyone, make sure that no patients have been missed if anybody's off or anything. And we're then out on the wards seeing patients, completing capacity assessments, making plans with patients and families, nursing homes, lots of multi-agency working. And that's how the day goes. You never quite know what's going to come in because we deal with all the end-of-life palliative discharges from hospital to their preferred places of care, so they're obviously not a planned thing that comes in. Since COVID has happened, our job is slightly different in the fact that we're not out and about in nursing homes, because a lot of our job was going and doing funding assessments, onward assessments for patients who'd gone on discharge to assess, but we're not allowed in the nursing homes at the moment, so we're kind of in the hospital all the time. It's quite strange, everyone's in all the time. So I suppose every day is different, isn't it? So I've got a patient at the minute who's really, it's not challenging but more kind of in depth, where very complex situation, complex medical things, complex social issues, and trying to pull all that together with safeguarding and multi-agencies is tricky, even more tricky in the times of COVID, because we would have, you know, everyone in a room. It's a lot easier to sort things out with people, especially families and stuff, if you're all in the same place. Trying to do things over Teams is very challenging. I think that's probably the biggest challenge really at the moment, is not having the luxury. You don't realise it was a luxury until you can't do it anymore, of having, and also people not having families coming into hospital, because you're working with, you know, trying to make discharge plans with patients and families, and they haven't seen their loved ones, so they don't quite know how they are at the minute, and trying to, you know, make a plan with people. Yeah, it's really tricky. Visiting, no visitors is a big thing for our team, because we would catch up with people a lot on the wards and have those meetings with patients and families in the same place. I love working with the patients. I love being on the wards and then seeing patients out of hospital, whether that be in, you know, a care home where they're flourishing, or even better in their own home if that's possible, and following that up. I like the fact that we keep our patients on our caseload, so once they leave, it's not goodbye from us. We are there with them until all their assessments have done, all their onward assessments. So at the moment, you know, we've all got files full of patients because they're still going, but we're still keeping them because there's no reviews really happening at the moment. I'm an occupational therapist by background, so I'm in a job that wasn't traditionally for an occupational therapist. I went on a secondment, you know, several years ago from OT. I was an OT on medicine in the hospital. Loved it, but this came up and it was like, somebody's gonna go, and I went, well, I'll go and try it, and realised that I could actually extend my OT role. I've never forgotten that I'm an OT at heart, really.